Okay, either or is okay, but I would do and, do both. It's very important that you can share our story with other people. That's the only way we're going to grow fast. If you're scared to share our story, it's going to hinder our growth. Would you guys agree with that? So you have to be able to do a presentation. So when you're talking to your team, you're going backwards. Teach them how to what? Prospect, is that right? Then show them 5 appointments, successful appointments. Then show them how they should learn their own. Some people, they come in, they want to do it immediately. Some people, this kills them right here. They just want to die here. So if this is you and you want to die, make sure you get someone to help you do that. So you can die later. But remember, you're going to have to face your fear at one point. You have to face your fear at one point, okay? Number 4, learn how to gather information on a needs analysis, or what we call the Life Atlas. Learn how to gather information, the ability to ask questions. Learning how to care and listen. If you could write this, listen to the prospect. When you go into a house, try to talk less, listen more. Some people, they vomit all over their prospect, and the prospect never even said one word. All they heard was this person yakety yakety yak the whole time. But your goal is to ask a lot of questions, key questions. Like, what are your dreams? Like, if I asked you, what is your dream? What would you like to do? What would you say? I'd like to do this. Oh, really? What are you doing to get there? Oh, just a dream. What we try to do as the Life Atlas is to gather information on their goals and dreams and try to help them achieve it financially. So the ability to ask questions. Number 5, you've got to learn how to run a system, and the system will run your business. There's a book. We have a system to do that. We want to make it systematic, where everybody can follow it and everyone can do it. A system means you're not the only person doing the one thing. Your team is following the same footsteps. They're duplicating your efforts. Okay? Now, this is a critical point. The first 30 days are pivotal to my FRA career. I alone set the standard of excellence that will carry on for all of my future FRA leaders. So let's read that again. The first 30 days. You don't got to read with me, though. That was good, though. I appreciate that. The first 30 days. Why do you think the first 30 days? Since when their excitement is high. Okay, so when their excitement is high, it's pivotal what they're going to do to get started. You alone set your standard. So if you're lackadaisical, you set a lackadaisical standard. If you set a high standard, then your team will follow a high standard. If you go to all the meetings, your team will follow that standard. If you go to no meetings, you'll probably never see them again because they followed the standard but less, right? So you alone set the standard of your excellence that will carry on for all your leaders. So this is what we consider a slow, average, fast superstar, okay? So when someone comes on board and they do 3-3-30, we consider that a pretty slow start. Nothing wrong with it, but it's the slow start. Remember, you alone set the standard of excellence. Is that right? So we consider a superstar 10-10-30. 10 sales, 10 recruits in 30 days. That's a pretty good deal right there. Pretty big. That's a pretty. So when someone comes in your base, now if you're a director or above, you should be giving a fast start award for anybody who does 5-5-30. You should award them that they're pretty fast. Someone does 5-5-30, they're pretty fast. You should give them something. Don't you guys agree? Like even a certificate to let them know you qualify for fast start in my base shop. You guys with me on that? So if you're a director or above, my suggestion is have a fast start award. Anybody that does 5-5-30. Okay? And if they do 10-10-30, they get a superstar. That's something you get on stage, and they meet Joe on stage, shake his hand. They meet the founders in corporate. 10-10-30 is a big deal. Does that make sense, right? You guys agree with that? Helen did a 10-10-30 like in a few days. Imagine Helen was a superstar. Superstar. You should touch her, rub on her back. Okay? Harry, don't get mad. Okay? 10-10-30, but this is how you want to, as your standard of excellence. You guys with me on this? So let's look at an idea. Eric does a great job, and this is where we put this together. Eric did a great job. If you watch Eric on stage on Saturday, he did a story of like 2 people, right? One person says, I want to recruit and build, I don't know anything. The other one says, no, I'm going to build me a team and get my license. I'm not going to build a team, I'm just going to get my license. Did you guys see that example he showed? You guys catch that? It's a very critical story, but I put it in a presentation. You can see the difference, okay? Both are joining FRA. Is that true? Both people joining. So you get 2 people. You guys with me? Both join the company. Both have high hopes. One says, I want to do well. I want to do well too. Is that right? One decides to totally be coachable, trust and follow the system, and decides to give it their all. They're going to give it everything. They're just going to be coachable and follow everything. The other ones decide to do it their way, to study and learn the classroom online as much as possible, get their licenses, then sell our products to earn additional income. He says, I'll be coachable. Remember the key word. What's the word? Coachable. He's going to trust and follow the system and decides to give it their all. Associate A puts together a top 200 list, like we asked. He finds out of the 200 who are his top 25 of 200, and you narrow that down based on a couple of points. You can do 7-pointers, have married, kids, they own a home. You break down those 200 names on the top 25 of the 200. They finish our filtering process, which we could go over that another day, of determining where they are in the business. They even get a Fast Start Award. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? They do the 5-5-30. They did their 5 training sales, and they submitted their licensing paperwork because they got 5 recruits. Remember they did the 5-5-30, right? They all did 200 names on their 200 prospect list also. So now they have a database of 250 plus people because 5 people did 25 people. Prospect 5 did 25. So they have 200 database on strong prospects. You guys with me so far? Brother, this other guy, B, licensing is a priority. Got to get my license. You ever meet people like that? Forget about everything else. They want to spend most of their time in the classroom and online. They're waiting to implement any financial plan. They have no guess because what are they doing? They're studying all the time. They have no guess. They have 2 appointments, 1 rescheduled, and the one isn't interested. So they're questioning if FRA will work for them. Make sense? Very disappointing. It seems disappointing already. Don't you guys agree with that? That's kind of what Eric is sharing with you in that example. Then, Associate A in month 2, remember this is just month 1. Okay, this is month 1. Month 2, Associate A becomes a team leader. He's a leader. He does things, goes to meetings. He wants to be the MC. He's like Lindsay, training up there, right? He's a team builder. He has his licensing now. And we even reimbursed him for his licensing. Remember, we reimburse you if you finish your 5-5-5-5-30, right? He gets promoted to senior associate. His database grew to 375 potential prospects that he can contact and build a business. Associate B, still 25, has not even been called yet. Just sitting on a list. Because why? Because he's not licensed yet. You guys with me on this? Right? Not even a client yet. How you like that one? Hasn't even owned his own product. He got his license. Woohoo! He got his license.